set up this whole rig to do POV hockey ASMR Let's Play videos. I can now show you my super nerdy spreadsheet that I use to keep track of my stupid arbitrary goals. And because today is February 1st, it's just after midnight, it's time to update you on how my stupid arbitrary goals are going. So, as we can see here, the completion rate is at 6.01%, which has us at a pace of negative 2.73%, which isn't too bad. If we skip over to progress, we see that the last 2 years, last year was 4.82%, which much of the same goals, and 2022 was 7.62, so I did better 2 years ago, but the month afterwards was a marketed downshift. You see there that that's only 2.37 that next month, whereas last year kind of stayed pretty consistent. Anyway, let's go back to our goal list here. So let's start off. Oh, I didn't update that. We're at 103 miles. Oh, 6.02%. That's big jump there. So miles on bikes, not super great, but not super terrible. I had a couple really good days where I was getting, like that first week I was doing pretty good. I was knocking them down, and then, I started doing that's the thing, I started doing other training, and once the full picture of the training really kicks in, you can kind of see how that, it's the first month, so I'm kind of easing into it. But I'm not making excuses, because miles on bikes are like the easiest thing to get. Hockey training, I'm at 4.99% completion, and we could pull up our hockey sub thing. So there's sub goals here for hockey. This 200 hours of traditional training is a bonus goal, which doesn't count towards this, but does count towards this, if that makes sense. Like it's not out of 5 goals, it's out of 4 goals, but with 5 inputs. So if you look at here how this makes sense, it's divided by 4 instead of divided by 5. That is specifically so, like, if one thing is not kind of clicking, which it looks so far like Gary's rucking crawling is not clicking, but the catch there is I have a blood blister on one of my toes, and if that goes bad, it gets infected, and then I'm not playing hockey, and I gotta stay off my feet for a long time. So I'm being real gentle with stuff that is foot heavy, which, rucking, carrying, crawling, all that stuff is pretty foot heavy. But so the daily goal is still only 16 minutes a day, so it's totally still in the wheelhouse of like doable. The steps and active calories goal, I'm doing pretty good on that one. 7.57% completion rate. And if we look at the sub goal there, steps and active calories, you can see I've been doing pretty good. I had one really bad day, but there was a huge snowstorm here in Omaha, and when it snows like it did, it's like you just want to be in your little cave and not do stuff. But you can see the average steps are at 6,707, and the average calories are at 1,325, which the steps need to come up by a good bit, but the calories are pretty close. And you can see even some days we're hitting 2,000 calories. So, I think, 2 days we hit 2,000 calories. And that's just gonna keep happening, especially once that blood blister, like, fully heals. All bets are off, baby! We're going nuts. So the kettlebell goal here, we are, again, starting slow. You can see it's only 1% completion rate, but most days have an amount of lifts. We're getting 130 reps, 120 reps, 180 reps, 160 reps, and so the average weight right now is only about 25 pounds, which is pretty light. But I'm trying to get to the point where I'm not doing it intelligently, I'm kind of just, messing around a little bit. And this month is gonna kick it up quite a bit higher. Let's see what else. Where are we at? Books. We got 4 books so far. Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual, real short. Lamont, skip it. It's just a lot of rambling, and I was just like, what is this woman talking about? It was not great. Brutal Cunning is a Warhammer 40k book. It's pretty good. I feel like it was a little too long though. And then Cleaning Up Your Mental Mess, which was a recommendation from the Libby app. And oh boy, it was so repetitive, and like the author just kept hitting like the same, like verbatim the same phrases like 5-6 times, like per chapter. But then like the next chapter, they would like recap what they said the chapter before for like 20 minutes, and it was like, oh my god, like this could be a short. Like they were really stretching it out. So I don't know why it was. I think the only reason there was like a Libby recommendation probably because how much time people spent reading it, because you had to like get anything out of it. So there's that. Experiences, Adventures, did 10. You know, had some dates with a girlfriend. Didn't take Bear out anywhere, but he's a good boy. He's gonna get that this month, because the weather in January here in Omaha was just garbage. Like there's a lot of like sub-zero days. That's some pretty big snowstorms. So consequently, the Warhammer goal, I've been absolutely destroying that goal, because I had like one job in January. That's it. It's just one job, and it was for like 2 hours. Oh, I take that back. I had 2 jobs in January. But they were both on one day, so that was like 6 hours. And of that 6 hours, like, it was during a snowstorm, so like an hour and a half of that was driving around places. So not super awesome, but getting a lot of Warhammer time in, which is good. Front loading it, because I'm guessing, you know, in summer, fall, it's going to be a lot harder to find time for Warhammer. So, and I already have this. So today is the 1st. I have a job tonight. I have a job tomorrow, and then I'm leaving town for 3 days for work. So in the first 6 days, that's 5 jobs, right? Yeah, 5. Yeah, so 5 days of work anyway. 5 days with work in them. Yeah, that's better. But consequently, I have also been making a lot of videos. I made 35 videos in January. This is video 36, which is awesome. I'm crushing it there. I am a little behind pace, but like, that's pretty good. I've got a lot of ideas this year, so I'm excited. Also, consequently, photos is, I have my like part-time church gig where I take some pictures, which is, if we look, like, you're seeing like this is the church. So like 59, 213, or 51, 15, like, not super great. Then let's see, pay down debt. I'm not gonna show that screen because it's got some financial stuff on it, but it's doing pretty good. Oh, actually, that one might not have financial information on it, because that's on this page. Let's take a look. Yeah, so I paid off about $1,000 of the $18,000 of debt I've got going. Made 35 videos. Shared stuff on social media, 38. I put $60 into my retirement account, which that's the bonus goal. And then I also have this networking goal, which I haven't made any effort on because it's been cold, it's been miserable, it's been gross. But now would be a good time because I have a good bit of money, although a lot of that money is like earmarked for taxes and stuff. So, but I'm basically just trying to do some networking events, you know, like once or twice a month. And see, but it's a bonus goal, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so that is where we're at. We're about 9% of the year through, and we're at 6% completion rate. So that's not bad if you extrapolate that. I think that would potentially get me somewhere in like the 70% completion rate, which is better than last year. Because last year, I don't have the totals here in front of me, but it was below 70 for sure. And the year before that, I think, was also below 70, maybe. Not 100% sure, but I'm feeling pretty good. That's a pretty good start to the year, in that it wasn't like a big jump compared to these numbers here. But it also was, so it wasn't a big jump. So I don't think we're gonna have this big fall off. But it was better than last year by a good margin. So I think we're going to stick with it, and we're gonna see some real progress here in February. Although it is a short month, is this the leap? Is this the leap month? I think it is February 29th. Yeah, this year there's a leap day, and is that February? I think it's February. So that's coming, and I'm pretty pumped for it. So there you go. I like this. This format's a lot better than me reading off my phone, but I'm feeling pretty good about how this year's going so far. I'm gonna end this video. That'll be 36. Boom, updated live. Let's go. Yeah, feeling good. I hope you're feeling good too. I hope this gives you some idea of like what your goals could be, what your goals could look like. You could also make just dumb goals, because who cares? Like, they're your goals. You know, like if you want to make a goal that's like to make 500 grilled cheese sandwiches, or make 50 different grilled cheeses. You know, if you go to the cheese section, there's a lot of cheeses. You can like even just beyond like the types of cheese, like there's brands of cheese, and then if you think about like, even if you only use the, I don't know, like think about the sandwich cheeses. You've got like Havarti, you've got mozzarella, you've got cheddar. God, why can't I think of any other cheeses, like Swiss, pepper jack. You know what? So there's like 10 types of like common sandwich cheeses, like that. Think about like how you could combine 10. Like that's 10 exclamation point math. I don't know. I don't know what that's called. When you do like 10 with the exclamation point, but like that's gotta be hundreds of different sandwiches you can make with those combinations. And then like you factor in bread. Like we live near a bread factory that has like day-old bread that you can buy, and even just like from that limited selection of what they make, and they do seasonal. They've got like blueberry bread, cranberry bread. They've got keto bread. They've got, you know, Vienna bread, Texas toast. They've got, you know, so you're like 10 cheeses with like 10 different breads. You can make, that's gotta be thousands of combinations. And then you also factor in like, what if you added bacon? Or what if you added like a soup with your grilled cheese? And now like all this, you know, you get the soaps and the grilled cheese and the different cheeses and the different breads. That is thousands of meals. Like, and that could be your goal for the year. Obviously not to make 1,000 grilled cheeses, and that's what you wanted to do. And like, if so, Godspeed, great. Like, I'm not gonna judge you, but like, set some goals. It's fun, it's silly, and like it gives you something. I don't know. It just gives you something like, where you're like, I'm bored. You're like, you don't have to be bored. Like, pick one of these 10 things. I'm like, let's go at it. You know what I mean? And these all kind of make my life better, generally speaking. The Warhammer goal is like the judge is out on that one, if that's really making my life better, because I am spending a lot of money on it, but it is helping my mental health a lot. Because anytime I'm having like a bad time, and not to say like dissociation is a word you could use, I suppose, but like it helps me reframe stuff. And then also I think it's been helping me like not eat out as much, because it's like I go to Taco Bell and it's like $20 and you're like, that could have bought like 3 Warhammers. So and also it's getting me out of the house, you know, getting me to hang out with people in real life again, which is something I kind of need, because right now like the only time I ever go see people is when I'm actively working, and that can't be good for your mental health if like the only time you see other humans and interact with them is like 2 hours a week during hockey, and then like at work. Like that's probably not good. So but I just, you know, I can't just like go hang out with people, because like I don't know, but with Warhammer or with hockey, it's like we're doing something, and so it makes it easier. Anyway, that's all I got today. I hope you're doing well, and if not, I hope that turns around for you here real soon. And if you want it to turn around, I'm gonna bully you into setting some goals. So set some goals, and I'll try not to make as many plosives into this until I get a shield or something, because the plosives really hit with an uncovered microphone when you're doing the whispering thing from like half an inch away. Anyway,